Hey everybody, I'm here today to tell you that in order to become rich, you have to live like you're broke. Now, chances are, whenever you see someone that you perceive as being rich, you think they're rich because they have all of this expensive stuff. They have the expensive car, the big house, the nice clothes, they take expensive vacations, first-class flights, and so forth. And chances are that if they have all these things and they show all these things, there's actually a decent chance that they're actually really wealthy. They can be faking it, but there's a decent chance that they're actually really wealthy. But what you don't see is the 20 years before that, the 20 years before them having all of this awesome stuff in which they were building their wealth and they were living like they were broke. So the key is this: when you get all of this expensive stuff, the luxury cars, the big house, the expensive vacations, first-class flights, and so forth, when you get all that stuff, you are actually holding yourself back from building more wealth, because that money, that extra money that you're spending on that luxury stuff could have been spent on investments, on buying businesses, on growing your business, on making more money, basically. But when you get to a certain point of wealth, you can actually afford to, quote unquote, make those mistakes. You can afford to kind of like spend that money and know that it's holding you back from becoming more wealthy, but you're fine with it holding you back because you're already wealthy enough. So the key is that if you really want to become wealthy, if you want to build life-changing wealth, if you want to build generational wealth, I'm not talking about like just buying your favorite car. I'm talking about real wealth. I'm talking about actually becoming rich. If you want to achieve that, then you actually have to live like you're completely broke for 5, 10, 15, even 20 years. You have to spend that time reinvesting your money. You have to spend that time building your wealth. You have to spend that time taking all of these wins. And then eventually, when you've built your wealth up to a level that you're completely happy with, and you say, listen, I don't need to make any more money, or I don't need to make money at the rate that I'm making it now, then you can take a loss and you can go and buy that huge house. You can go and buy that expensive car. You can go and take a first-class flight to that expensive vacation, okay? You can go and buy a vacation home. You can go and spend all that money on the stuff that's not going to make you money because you've already made enough money. So here's the thing. I know that it's tempting. As soon as you start achieving the smallest amount of wealth, you want to go buy that $10,000 watch. You want to go take that first-class flight. I know that it's tempting, but you have to realize that it's actually going to hold you back from getting to the level that you actually want to be at. So the level that you're at now, if you're not where you want to be at, then don't go and waste that money. You can afford to get maybe small luxuries and take a small loss, right? You can afford to take a small loss, but you can't afford to take a big loss. Instead of going and buying that luxury, expensive sports car that you've always wanted, just get the next level up, the next trim level up with a car that you can actually afford to take a loss on right now. Get, upgrade your current price level just slightly, and then build that wealth. And then when you get to the level where you can afford to take a loss, then go buy, instead of one sports luxurious car, go buy 5. There's nothing stopping you from buying 5. You want to be that person that doesn't look rich but is filthy rich. You don't want to be the person that looks filthy rich but can't rub 2 nickels together. You really need to bring your level up if you want to become wealthy. You need to bring your knowledge game up to the point where you're saying, instead of wasting this money right now and then, worrying about financing and payments, and I can't, like I said, rub 2 nickels together, which, in case you don't know what it means, you don't have any money, you don't have an excess amount of money. Instead of being in that position, you want to be absolutely rich and not look rich. And then all of a sudden, you can afford to take these losses. So all of a sudden, you go and buy a house, no mortgage, you buy it completely outright. You go buy that luxury car, no financing, no leasing. You just go buy the luxury car outright. You go and spend $350,000 on a sports car because you can do it. That's the level of richness that I'm talking about. That's the level of wealth that I'm talking about when I'm telling you about this method. But that's basically it. In this video, I just wanted to tell you that in order to become rich, you actually have to act like you're broke for many years. And then when you get to the level where you can afford to take a loss, at that point, you can go buy whatever you want. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Stay motivated. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if it motivated you, if it increased your level of knowledge, or if it did anything good for you. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.